I welcome you to the Japanese mythology and folklore. In Japanese mythology, the Japanese creation myth is the story that describes the legendary birth of the celestial and creative world, the birth of the first god, and the birth of the Japanese archipelago. Long ago, all the elements were mixed together with one germ of life. This germ began to mix things around and around until the heavier part sank and the lighter part rose. A mighty sea that covered the entire earth was created. From this ocean grew a green shoot. It grew and grew until it reached the cloud, and there it was transformed into a god, Amino Minakanushi. Soon this god grew lonely and it began to create other gods. The last gods it made, Izanagi and Izanami, were the most remarkable. Standing on the bridge or stairway of heaven, the two gods Izanami and Izanagi used a jewel-encrusted spear to steer the ocean. Withdrawing the spear, salt crystallized into drops on the tip, and this fell back into the ocean as islands. The first island created was called Onogorojima, where they had their ritual ceremonies that resulted in the creation of other gods and goddesses. There was also the creation of the 8 principal islands of Japan known as Awaji, Shikoku, Uki, Chukishi, Iki, Chu, Sado, and Oyamato. Onogorojima Island, also called Onokorojima Island, is an island appearing in the Japanese myth. This island is where Izanagi and Izanami's giving birth to lands and gods took place. Yumi, or Yumi no Kuni, is the Japanese word for the land of the dead, or the world of darkness. According to Shinto mythology, as related in Kujiki, this is where the dead goes in the afterlife. Ame, or heaven, is a lofty sacred world, the home of Kotua Matsukami. Ami became the home of Amatsukami, or gods of heaven, while Chuchi became the home of Kunitsukami, or the gods of the land. Takamagahara, literally the plain of high heavens, is where the gods dwell. It is believed to be connected to the earth by the bridge of Amano Okihashi, or the floating bridge of heaven. Only gods who have shrine are allowed to ascend to Takamagahara. Izanagi is the creator deity in Japanese mythology. He and his sister wife Izanami are the last of the 7 generations of primordial deities that manifested after the formation of heaven and earth. Izanami is the creator deity of both creation and that in Japanese mythology. She is the former wife of god Izanagi no Mikoto. Hiroku, or Ibisu, one of the Shichifokujin, or the 7 gods of luck, the patron of fishermen, tradesmen, children, wealth, and fortune. Kagutsuchi is the god of fire in the classical Japanese mythology. As fire god in an era of paper houses, it was important to appease him. Amaterasu is the Japanese sun goddess, daughter of the creator deities Izanagi and Izanami, and the central of the Shinto religion. Susano, the storm god, brother of goddess Amaterasu, born from the nose of Izanagi, the father of Japanese gods. Raichin and Fujin, these 2 gods are the masters of lightning and storms, 2 devastating meteorological phenomena in the country regularly hit by typhoons. Ami no Uzumi is the Japanese goddess of dawn, known for her merriment and humor, the patron goddess of creativity, performing arts, and dancing. Hachiman, god or kami of war, divination, and culture. He is famously credited with sending the kamikaze or divine wind, which twice dispersed the invading fleets of Mongol ruler Kublai Khan. Inari, god is primarily known as the protector of rice cultivation, the patron deity of merchants, tradesmen, entertainments, and swordsmiths. Kanan is the goddess of mercy, and she originates from China, where her name is Guanyin. Kanan is believed to appear in 33 images and often pictured as many-armed deity. Jizu is a bodhisattva or a Japanese Buddhist god who plays a special role as protector of children and unborn children who died before their parents. Emperor Jimmu was the legendary first emperor of Japan according to Nihon Shuki and Kojiki. Empress Jingu was a legendary Japanese empress who ruled as a regent following her husband's death in 280. Fujiwara no Hidesato was a huge of 10th century Heian Japan. He is famous for his military exploits and courage. Kentaro, often translated as Golden Boy, is a folk hero from Japanese folklore. A child of superhuman strength, he was raised by a Yama-uba or a mountain witch in Mount Ashigara. Kotoshi Runoshi. In the Kojiki, Kotoshi Runoshi is the son of Okuni Nushi, the earthly deity of Izumo province. Momotaro, or the Pitch Boy, is a popular hero of Japanese folklore. Japanese creation myth, the story of the creation of the primal gods and the emergence of life on earth. The sun, the moon, and the wind. The story of the creation of the children of Izanami and Izanagi, known as Amaterasu, the sun goddess, Chokoyomi, the moon god, and Susanoo, the wind god. Amaterasu and Cave. It is a story when Amaterasu, the sun goddess, hid in the cave of heaven and closed the entrance with enormous stone. Hair of Inaba. This old Japanese myth is a metaphor for how civilization struggled against barbarism to form the nation of Japan. The Japanese legend of Emperor Jimmu. Jimmu, the great-grandson of goddess Amaterasu, is a mythical founder of Japan and the first emperor on traditional list. Yuki Una. This is the tale of a snow woman whose icy breath freezes her victims to death. Kintaro, the tale of the golden boy, with great strength and ability to talk to animals. Kintaro is usually depicted as sumo-sized child who wears only a red bib with a kanji character for gold. Urashima Taru. In the story, a fisherman who saves a sea turtle's life is transported to an underwater kingdom where he lives with the dragon princess. However, when he returns home, he discovers 300 years have passed and everyone he knew has gone. Tanuki, the most mischievous Japanese mythical creatures. The first and possibly one of the most widely known yokai is the raccoon dog. It is also known as the tanuki in Japanese folklore. Kitsune, the divine mythical creatures of Japanese folklore. Kitsune or mythical foxes are yet another famous yokai in Japanese mythology. They are known to be magical, highly intelligent Japanese mythical creatures that possess many powerful, magical, and spiritual abilities including shape-shifting. Kappa, the unique inhabitants of lakes and rivers. Kappa is a humanoid Japanese mythical creatures with some features resembling amphibians and reptiles. Tengu, the mysterious red-faced yokai. Tengu is another Japanese supernatural being that appears in many shapes and forms throughout history. Shikigami, the dark side of Japanese mythology. Japanese mythology has plenty of terrifying legends and creatures, and Shikigami is a great example of such entities. Chokomogami, the most unique Japanese mythical creatures. One of the largest, most unique categories of yokai in Japanese mythology is, without a doubt, the one of Chokomogami. Kumaino, the guardian lion. A pair of Kaminostages are like lions facing each other, guardians placed at the entrance of sanctuaries. Yatagarasu, the three-legged crow. Yatagarasu is a mythological animal of Japan, a three-legged crow. Each leg has a meaning. The first leg represents the sky, the second one is the earth, and the third one is the people. Though, or the phoenix. This mythological creature is originated from China, where it is considered a benefactor and auspicious symbol of wisdom, benevolence, fidelity, righteousness, and propriety. Kirin, or the Kylin. Like the phoenix, Kirin is a mythological creature of good omen. Enjoying the peaceful and protected places, its appearance is synonymous with prosperity. Hakodja, the white snake. An animal considered one of the 7 gods of luck, would be a messenger of the goddess Bensaitine. Yu, the dragon, holds an important place in the beliefs towards the Kame. This dragon would live in a gigantic palace in the seabed of Yukuchu. It is a true lord of the ocean, protector of marine life, and god revered against drought. And those were just the magical things about the Japanese mythology and folklore.